This qualifying session did not turn out the way I was hoping. And honestly, I had not put any practice into this racetrack in this car. It had been months. So many off tracks, so many spins, so many crashes. The McLaren just felt so on a knife's edge. And it didn't really get better through much of my qualifying. But let's just take a quick break to talk about what I've been doing. I am creating a sim brand from scratch, and I have an issue with my first product. That is that the shifters keep falling apart, and I cannot have reliability problems on my first ever wheel. What I mean by that is that the filament keeps breaking between the shifter housings. How do I fix it? I'm about to show you. Instead of printing my housings flat, I'm shifting them 90 degrees to print them vertically. This means that it won't separate between the layer lines. It'll make for a much sturdier piece, and I'm making them 100% solid once again. And so I'm going to show you exactly what is involved in performing this fix. Now, one of the steps that I have to do now that I've taken the faceplate off is just unplug the little buttons. This is what actually connects the shifting buttons in the shifter housing to the rest of the board itself. And now there's only one more thing for me to do, and I was starting in P18. Really had a pretty average start. I felt like I was being held up. I knew that I was on thin ice because of all of my spins in qualifying. I had an average time, so I really just wasn't trying to push at the beginning here, but obviously I knew that I had pace on a lot of these guys because I didn't even set a qualifying lap time. And then the first corner, I was able to make a couple of places right off the bat. 2 in the first corner, which was fantastic. I go try and make a move on the outside of the BMW here, and I'm able to just make that work, and I keep the outside. I gain a couple free places, again from someone spinning.
You moron in the BMW. Are you serious, dude?
I'm in a McLaren, so he's not talking about me.
You were just reversing onto the track in front of everybody.
Oh, that is actually pretty dumb.
Alexa, remind me in 19 minutes, report.
Great use of Alexa. But like I said, the McLaren was on a knife's edge. It was really, really difficult to control.
Oh, yeah,
I've had a bit of an issue with my sim wheelbase, which is completely handmade and made by me. And so that's been a bit of a struggle. It's a bit of a fear as I'm going into this corner. You can see I have a little bit of a moment. I'm taking it pretty wide, but I'm able to get a pretty good run. I have to brake here quite a bit because the Porsche takes just a really, really slow line. I am familiar with this track. I've done it heaps, so I know that once you get kind of halfway through, if you're on the inside edge, you can really push through. And I got a crazy good overtake there. Felt very good for that one. You can see Daniel ahead. He's hitting on the brakes, which you don't really have to do. Not at the speed he was going, and that just gives me a much, much, much better kind of exit from that corner and allows me to get a really, really good kind of run on him there. And then I brake just way too late to try and solidify that, and he manages to get the place back. And I'm thinking here, I did not think I was going to go from P18 all the way up to P11, almost P10, within the first lap of this race. But I have kind of high hopes because that shows that the field is pretty average, and I'm able to get a really good exit out of the final corner. And this is the most important corner of the race because it is such a long straight, you can get all of your overtaking done here. If you get a better exit there, you'll have a lot more pace, especially with the draft. And I try and get a bit of side draft, sticking close to him while my car's kind of halfway behind. I'm able to just fly around inside and instantly put, you know, a few seconds on him. And within a few laps time, this is now the end of the second lap, there's a big crash out, and I'm able to get quite a lot of space here. But something that you'll notice is the gap to Meow San up ahead was quite large. It is quite large, but within another lap, I'm able to really put a big dent on that. And he brakes a little bit there, it confuses me. The guy in front, Dylan, he has a massive moment. Honestly, a crazy good save by Dylan there, and I'm able to continue ahead of him, which puts me all the way up in P7. Now, Meow has a really, really early break there, and he gets a slightly better exit, but not really. I'm able to basically just save a bunch of time. He brakes here, which you do not have to do. You can take this all the way flat. So I know that there is some room for improvement, but you can see that the car, it's just sliding pretty much all over the place. Once again, I'm able to get a really good run on the last corner, and with that draft, he goes for a move. I actually have to lay off the accelerator, but I'm still able to take the momentum, try and get that draft, and then go all the way across so that he cannot get that side draft off me. I'm trying to learn from the pros. I go for not really that late of a break, and I'm able to really easily get it into this first corner. This particular section here, the second corner, is kind of a bit of undulation on the road, and because of that, it's really easy to slide the car. You can see there I had a big correction, but unfortunately I brake massively late coming into the third corner, and Meow almost is able to put all of the time that I just put on him completely back into his time, and he's able to really get side by side. Now this is a really tough corner to be able to make, but he really tries to stick it out, and luckily I'm very grateful that he backs out there.
Get your head down.
Now coming up to this corner, you can see he has a massive late break, and it kind of scares me, and I end up going wide, getting caught in the gravel trap, and he's able to get a much better exit. But fortunately for me, I still have the inside line, so I'm really trying to not push him off the track, but still maintain as much acceleration and grip as I can, and I'm able to cleanly keep that position, which is fantastic. And within a few laps, I'm able to put a fair bit of space behind him. And if you guys didn't know, I actually do all of this on a sim racing wheel that I have made from scratch, and a wheelbase that I have made all by myself, well, with the help of a lot of people. But coming up to the first corner, there is a huge crash. P's 124 has a massive, massive crash, and I'm able to go from P18 all the way up to first place. Now, I know I don't have the time to match these guys, nor the car control.
Sounds like star-crossed lovers.
But somehow, I was able to get ahead all the way up into the first position. So I'm thinking, can I keep that position? And at the end of the straight, immediately after overtaking them, P1 just flies past me. I take that corner way too late. I get an off track, and he gets right up ahead. That's Patrick. Regains the first place. And so, alright, let's see if I can learn from Patrick at all here. I kind of view this as a bit of an opportunity. He's in the exact same car as me, so I can learn a lot from the way he drives. And I think, you know what, if I can learn a bit, I'm pretty quick at learning the strength of field, so the people that I'm up against, they aren't that much. I think I can do this. But unfortunately, he spins at P1, and I match that spin exactly. End up pushing my rear end directly into him, and there's just so much oncoming traffic. I try and turn around, but I turn around the wrong way, which loses me so much time. And I'm all the way back in P12. P18 to P1 to P12. And I only have 5 minutes left. So what can I do in 5 minutes? Well, before you get to find that out, I have to say that if you would like to get a free wallpaper specifically made for sim races, ultra wide, super ultra wide, and triple screen setups, completely made by me in Blender as a passion and a hobby, then please sign up to the link in the description below. It'll be the top link in the description, and you'll be able to download a wallpaper or a couple wallpapers, as well as getting early access to when my wheel goes for sale. So please sign up in the link in the description below, and you'll be able to get access for an early sale of my wheels and also the free wallpaper pack. And as I cross the finish line, I'm able to gain 2 more positions just based off people spinning and getting disqualified, and I'm able to finish in the top 10. So although I went from P18 to P1 and then I lost 10 of those positions again, I was still really happy. I got a positive iRating change of 25, which puts me up into the 1300 iRating, which means that I am on my way to 2K. But if you want to get early access to when my wheel goes for sale, and if you want a free wallpaper pack specifically made for ultra wide and super ultra wide, then please press the link down in the description, sign up for that email access, and you'll get access to those free wallpapers, and you'll be the first to know when my sim wheels go live. So thank you so much for watching, and please hit that subscribe button so you can see exactly where my wheel ends up and exactly where my racing ends up.